we got to talk about Tarvarius more because he keeps doing it, Vish, and I feel dumb because I kept being like, "Hey, we got to give this guy a shot," and Salah was like, "Hey, man, he's not ready," and you were like, "Hey, it doesn't seem like he's ready," and I was like, "No, he's ready." And now he just keeps costing the Niners points. I mean, I think he was responsible for 2 of the touchdowns they gave up in the last game. Three. How do you say 3?
So the debated one, the Richard Sherman one, Richard Sherman said it was Palms coverage, right?
No. That was him. And then the other one where he didn't get lined up correctly.
Oh, sorry. There was another one he messed up, but it wasn't a touchdown. It was just a seam route where he didn't carry the 2 on the seam.
So 2 touchdowns and an explosive play. Good goal, Tarvarius. And that's coming off a bad game before them. So I don't know. What do you want to say about Tarvarius?
Yeah, he's having it rough. And, I want to defend, Jimmy Ward's one of my favorite players on the 49ers. Like, my favorite player in the NFL is Deebo Samuel. But Jimmy Ward is, one of my 3 favorite players on the 49ers. And then Jaquiski Tartt gave me the golden opportunity to interview him. So he's a fantastic guy that way. But I've also thought he's a great, very, very good safety, a top 10 type safety for a few years now. And they've taken a lot of unnecessary heat from 49ers fans for people not knowing how good they are. The first thing you have to understand is that in this defense, the first job of the safety is to eliminate explosive plays, which means that a lot of the times the safeties are put away from the ball. In Jimmy Ward's case, he's basically Salah calls him the eraser. He's the mop-up duty. We got a couple guys who can't play in man, but they can blitz off the side. All right, Jimmy, go take him in man. Go lock that up. Jimmy, Tarvarius can't play in the box. You play in the box and take care of the tackle. Jimmy, Marcel Harris, we don't really want him playing the post in cover 3. Jimmy, you go take care of that, and then we'll make sure Greenlaw and these guys can make plays and you cover up. And then everybody comes at Jimmy Ward. Jimmy Ward doesn't make any plays. There are 3 safeties in the NFL that can do all the things he can do. I promise you. Go watch. There's 3 guys. There's
I'm not arguing with you. You win. You win this debate. I'm with you on that one. I like Jimmy Ward. What I want to say about Tarvarius Moore, I want to stick on that topic. No, what I want to say real quick, and then you can go, is we were thinking, well, maybe next year the starting tandem is going to be Moore and Ward. He hasn't played well enough to merit that. You at least have to get someone to compete at the minimum, or if this keeps going the way it keeps going, you got to bring in a starter. And it's not going to be Richard Sherman, according to Richard Sherman. So right now, it doesn't look like it's going to be Tartt either, because for the same reason, they can't afford all these guys. So the Niners have one starting. The Niners have one starting safety for 2021.
That's a priority.
They got to draft a safety. They got to draft a corner. Sherman's leaving. I mean, unless they really like Mosley, 2 guys, Mosley and
maybe they give Verrett back.
Maybe they give Verrett.
Tim Harris.
Verrett's kind of old anyway. I mean, even if they do bring him back anyway, so they got a lot of things. Yeah.
So going back to Moore, right? He's got the physical skill set to be a starting safety at some point, but the problem is you can't be a starting safety in the NFL if twice a game you take bad angles to the ball in the run game, right? Because your defense gives up what could be a 12-yard run game, and you turn it into an 80-yard run game, running play. And then the other thing is that you bust basic coverages and you miss communication calls in coverage. You can't be doing these things as a starting safety.
I noticed it with the palms coverage thing. Everyone before the play, someone went in motion and Sherman went like this. Greenlaw, Warner.
He missed the communication.
He just didn't do it.
Oh, yeah.
What is that? Is that just a lack of experience? Is it a lack of?
I'd like to say it's a lack of experience, but the 3 games he played last year, everybody wants to remember the one play he made on 4th and goal versus Jameis Winston, but forget the Juju Smith-Schuster touchdown he gave up, the big play to John Ross that he gave up. It's been a trend with him. And this defense, again, the role of the safety in this defense has to be safety first, which is why a lot of these guys don't get the opportunity to make plays. Playmaking.
It's a conservative position, not an aggressive position in this scheme. Yeah. It's a good point.
It's because of the way they use their safeties. That's why, I'm sure if Tartt goes somewhere else, given Tartt's athletic profile, the way he tackles, the way he can play man coverage, when you evaluate Tartt as a player, what are his weaknesses? There's 1 or 2. There's very few. There's very few safeties that are as complete as Tartt and Ward. And if you put Tartt somewhere where they're going to start blitzing him a lot, they're going to put him on man on tight ends, and they're going to do a lot of these type things with them because their defense asks for it, then he might look a lot better in terms of plays than he does here when he's probably going to be the same level of player.
What's going to cost Tartt money is durability. He's hurt.
Yeah.
That's going to cost. I mean,
I think that's the only gripe you can have against him as a player, that he just has been injured. But then
I'm not going to nitpick him. Yeah, that's fine. That's
cool. But the other guys that you talk about there, like Derwin James, he's played 21 games in his career.
Yep. All right, let's move on. Tarvarius Moore. It's like if they had another option, they would have benched this guy by now. That's how bad it is.
Yeah, because once they traded Cohn, like their dime linebacker, Marcel Harris is actually pretty good at that. So like they kind of like him in that role because he protects a Greenlaw too, who's not the best.
He's good at that too. But again, like when we're saying the Niners need a starting free safety, that doesn't mean the Niners should take a safety in round 3. When you go into an offseason and you know you need a starter at a position, that means you
get a veteran to compete.
You got to get a first round pick there or a vet. You can't be like, yeah, we need a starter. We'll take that guy on day 2. Like, no, absolutely not. It doesn't work that way. When the Niners lost Deshaun Goldson, they had to draft Eric Reed. There wasn't an option that maybe we could take, Desmond Trufant or Xavier Rhodes. Like, no, you got to fill a starting spot right now. So, you'd like to get a veteran, but again, how much cap space are they going to have this year? They can get rid of D Ford and Jimmy Garoppolo, but even then, they got 40 free agents. Nick Mullins is restricted. Emmanuel Mosley is restricted. Jason Verrett. They got a lot of things they got to do. It's interesting. If only they had the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I mean, he's still got 5 games, so let's hope he
improves
these 5 games.
True.
Right?
4.
Maybe he gets better, but right now it's looking a little.
You're putting him in the playoffs, is what you're saying. You got the 4 games that they're going to win upcoming, then the wild card game. That's 5.
Oh, I was talking about Tarvarius Moore.
That's what I'm saying. They got 4 games left.